March 4th, 2013. I'm going to talk about in-laws today. My mother called me and said that my brother's wife, which is Jennifer, her side of the family, her father passed away here recently. And some of the early memories I remember, I always talk about, and somebody asks, because they can tell that I'm not from here. Sometimes my accent will give me away, and I'll talk that I moved up here, and this is where my love is, and either you marry into a family or they marry into yours, and this is where I am. When you marry, or I guess if you marry into a family, or they marry into yours, you are just given your family's kind of expanded. To get to know, when my brother married Jennifer, like I said, this is probably about 76. Was when she graduated, they got married. And her brother, and I'm going to talk about Jeff a little bit, but I got to know her family shortly thereafter. Like I said, I was doing babysitting for my niece Lori, and she wasn't walking yet; she was still crawling. So I'm going to say that she was not 2, because usually 2 you start walking and you start talking. So she was still younger, between 1 and 2 years old. That summer, and got to know Jeff really well. And unfortunately, after I moved away, I heard that he passed away in a car accident. But he was only a year older, so we were pretty close in age. Like I said, my brother was 5 years older, so there was kind of a gap there, being a little older and into his teens before I got to that spot. So Jeff and I could relate on a lot of terms. I know one of the stories that we went, like I said, I was watching the niece, and I'd get some money at the end of the week, and we'd go down to the movies. And I remember we was walking in Oklahoma City there, and down by, I want to say it's down by the bowling alley. But anyway, these two guys came from across the street. You seen them? I remember glancing over and seeing them walking on the other side of the street, and then seeing them cross the street, and they were behind us for a bit, and the gap got shorter and shorter. And then all of a sudden I heard a whack, and Jeff went to the ground, and all I could hear him, he jumped right on him. All I could hear him say is "run," and of course I did. And eventually got back to where just kept running, got back, and this was a pretty open field, so it was not really a lot of houses around. There was some on the other side of the street and then on that side. Like I said, when I looked back, I could see they both had him on the ground and was whooping up on him. Once he caught back up with me, I made a big circle around the bowling alley and came back up to the front, and eventually he met me there and told me what happened. And evidently they'd picked up a big long stick. They must have been doing some construction or something there. Plastic pipe or something, and swung him. And he had a pretty good mark side of his face, but they whacked him a pretty good one. And he knew that I just got paid, so I had money on me, so that's why he told me to run. But he did, one of the things I remember is that he did save me from getting beat up and my money stolen at that time. Like I said, I wasn't very old, so I'm going to say it was probably, I wasn't even driving yet, 14, early 15 years old. So really younger. But I remember the Simpson family, visiting there a couple of times, getting to know my new sister-in-law, and like I said, Jeff. I know he had a younger brother. There was Jennifer, and I thought there was an older sister, because I remember talking about that she married guy named Billy. I might get that wrong, but that's what I remember. I remember Jeff played the banjo. He could pick some tunes, and I really admired him for that because I always wanted to play the guitar, but never picked it up and got on it. He was pretty much into sports thing. I think most young males are, and so that's one thing we didn't quite click with. I remember he was on the football team or something, but just the short time I was around him. Let's see, the other story about Jeff is when they got married, my brother and Jennifer. We went to the wedding. It was at a park. They got married out in one of those parks. I think it was called the Rose Garden in Oklahoma City there. And I remember Jeff and I went. I was going to have a cigarette or something. And we went up over the hill, away from everybody so they couldn't see us. And by the time we came back, the wedding was already over. And it was just one of those things that we both missed. He missed his sister wedding, and I missed my brother. And even though we was there, we missed it. And it's something we shared and kind of bonded at that point forward. But this is kind of a deepest sympathy going out to you, Jennifer, for your dad, because I remember little images of him sitting there watching TV and your mother and the house and just the Simpson household and being a part of that. That was kind of our not directly part of it, but being introduced to the Simpsons was quite interesting. I'm gonna leave you with a song. I was watching a thing on the Eagles 3-hour special, and they had some really good music in the 70s. But this one I always liked. Desperado. It ain't very loud. It ain't very loud at all. I don't even know where the bloody speaker is here. And I can't turn it up any louder than that. Desperado. The Eagles.